Hello, beautiful earth angels and soul tribe. Just coming on to do reading slash channeled message for you that actually started in the last reading that I did, but I felt like it was a very important point that we didn't go fully into. So this is all about how you are this master alchemist, right? And what this means is that you have the ability to clear stored energy within yourself. We get stored energy built up from situations and times where we're given intense or strong energy packages. So when there is a strong igniting of any emotion within our bodies, sometimes it's too big of an energy for us to completely break down and release in that moment, in that time. So we go on this process throughout the period of time after in our healing, which is where we go in, take energies that are created from situations, understand them, and when we understand them and bring love to them, we break it down and they're dispersed and they're released. So you have this ability where you can go into your thoughts, your memories, you do self-reflection, where you think about things, you're tapped into your feelings, and this allows you to have this ability to self-reflect. And this can even be on situations as a whole, or self-reflecting on your own inner mind or your own emotions or other people's actions. Like, you have this higher awareness that helps you gain understanding. So you have this ability to alchemize energy within you, emotions within you. And this is very powerful because you are always in this process of releasing in any way, shape or form, because releasing happens in so many different ways, and that releasing can be positive, it can feel negative, it can feel uncomfortable, it can feel liberating. But whatever this is, you're always evolving, you're always alchemizing, because you understand the healing process. You understand about feeling your feelings, and that healing is a non-linear journey, and you have this ability to, like I said earlier, be in self-reflection. Now, there's a big group of the collective consciousness living on this planet who do not do this self-reflection. They have a lot of stored up energy inside of themselves from past situations where they've maybe been wounded, or they have a large energy created that they do not go in to heal afterwards. They carry on moving through time, hoping that through time it will just heal itself, right? Or it will just be, we move on. It is what it is. You let it be. Like, you don't think about the past. They don't think about situations. They don't do this self-reflection or anything. And this is because ultimately they don't know that entering those wounds, entering that self-reflection is actually our spiritual journeys and our journeys to reclaiming and healing. And ultimately, that's what you guys have, a very spiritual path, because each energy created that's then stored when we enter it sets us down a spiritual journey. And along that journey, we learn a plethora sorry, I don't know where that word came from, but we learn a plethora of different knowledge and wisdom and realizations through that journey. And it's also the journey where we learn to love ourselves again. So you've been through this process many times where you've learned to love yourself again. You've learned to reclaim your power back, take your power back, and heal from past situations. So what we're saying is that, again, back to the energy of you being the master alchemist, and how you are on this side of conscious beings on the planet. You live consciously, you live with a outside of yourself awareness, right? And in this way, you're always clearing this stored energy. They do not, they don't know about it. We're not taught in society about the healing journey. We're not taught really about the mental realms unless you go and choose to study it. We're not taught about these things, but you guys just seem to have knowledge because you've learned to understand the mental realms through your own experience yourself. And it's because you have a high self-awareness that you've actually been able to now understand better how the mind works as well, which is interesting. But these unconscious side of people, basically, what to the point of what we're saying is they don't do this self-reflection. They end up with a lot of stored energy within themselves. Now, spirit, it doesn't matter if we're conscious, unconscious, we're still all on a spiritual journey. It's just that some of us are kind of co-creating that spiritual journey with our spirit team by kind of following what we feel they're guiding us towards, right? Emotionally wise, healing wise, this is what I mean. But for the people who are living more unconsciously, they have more outside situations from their spirit team to help them bring up the past. Because say for you, you'll reflect about memories that come up, or the past that comes up, or you know, certain journeys you've been through, understanding them. But these unconscious souls will block that emotionally out, you know, and not reflect on certain times. And it's only going to ever come up to their conscious mind if they are in a situation that makes them think of the situation in the past that spirit's wanting them to go into, so that they can release energy from. I know this sounds a bit confusing. I hope I'm explaining it okay. But yeah, so they kind of guide outside situations to the unconscious souls so that they can trigger up energies and memories within them that they've been wanting to access. You guys also have a open third eye, so you get this brought to you in different ways, not always from outside situations. Sometimes it can be, but you also get dreams about certain things that you remember, or you get certain emotions come up and you're highly intuitive inside and attuned to your emotions, so you're more aware and take more time to reflect on certain energies that come up, whereas the unconscious tend to ignore their emotions, right? So the universe has to use different ways. But right now there's a period of time of this judgment type of energy, and so the whole collective is basically going through a transformational process to ascend to the next vibrational level. But this means that we have to release all of the collected stored energy from the last segment of time lived. So basically, in the past few months or so, you guys have been doing this process of releasing and having these kind of epiphanies, new awakening, new shifts, purging, healing from the past, you know, reclaiming the self. You guys have been doing this, and basically it's like a trigger in the collective where spirit puts in this flow of energy that ignites stored energy to come to the surface. Now, you guys have been doing this in your own spiritual process or self-reflective journey, but the unconscious collective basically are their stored energy that's been triggered to be arose in them is coming out in different ways, and the stored energy triggered in them is almost bursting out and wanting to be released. And so this is saying that there's a bit more chaotic energy in the collective, just because the people who it's spurting out of the cracks with and it's wanting to release, you know, that stored energy is coming out in different ways. Like I said in the last reading, road rage, people having a short amount of patience, maybe people communicating a bit more agitatedly, or strangers in the collective projecting more. You know, if you've had any experiences, because this definitely isn't for everyone that's going to resonate with this part, but there's a lot of chaotic energy around you maybe, right? And it's kind of like, this is why, because the stored energy is wanting to be released. And in the last reading we spoke upon this as well, but just the fact that if anyone has projected some negative energy towards you, or if anything like that has happened, it's because their stored energy is coming up to the surface to be released, and it's coming out in other ways that may not seem directly related to that, but it's like any energy coming up in them of anger or frustration, or, you know, just harsh energy. This is really saying that it's kind of being projected at, or it can be projected at other people. And if you've been in the firing line of one of these unconscious people right now, then it's basically saying that you are a master alchemist because of everything we spoke about at the start of this reading. So that means that if they project their stored energy from you to you, you're almost holding that in a ball as they project it at you. And because you are a master alchemist yourself, you're releasing their stored energy back into the others that they project at you. So without you knowing, you're actually helping, really doing a lot of work right now and helping a lot of people that, even if this is indirectly, right? Like say you see something not nice happen that's near you in a supermarket or on the street and you're not involved, but because you're so empathic you pick up on that heavy energy, right? Because you guys empathically can tune into other people's energy, so you only have to be in a radius of awareness in these situations to be able to actually take some of that energy from them, which then, you know, you carry around with you and you disperse it into the others. You know, you release that energy because you're gifted at this, and you just need to know what a beautiful job you're doing without even, you know, even in the tiniest moments, right? Because this all happens in the inner realms and it's so subconscious for you that you're literally helping the collective filter out really old energies right now. Because say if someone road rages at you, that's coming from a certain place inside of them that's connected to all of the same energy, right? That kind of anger or that frustration, that heavy energy arising, which they could have been carrying around for 20 years of their life, right? Like you are literally helping to release and alchemize energy from around you into the universe again that is quite ancient and has been there for a long time, and you're literally helping the collective purge out and ascend right now. Like you're a light worker who is alchemizing darkness into light in so many ways, because it's like you don't even physically have to do anything. Like I said, even if you just hear about something on the news, or you see someone post something and you absorb that energy, then now it's inside of you. You go through this process of then, you know, thinking about it, coming to your own conclusions, or releasing, you know, or making a conscious choice to let energy go. However you guys do it in your mind, you make certain thoughts that actually release this energy within, or alchemize this energy within. So you alchemize lower frequencies into the higher, and you do this all within your internal realm, and you're kind of like a machine that something goes in the first end and it comes out the other end different. Like you guys are so gifted, and you're really helping just by existing. Because like I say, you don't even have to leave, even if you don't leave your house, right? You do this all the time. And some of you it's very subconscious, and some of you it's more conscious, or maybe it's starting to become more conscious. But it's a very beautiful, important energy. And yeah, so I'm gonna say from the half of the conscious collective, I'm sorry on behalf of the unconscious if anything's happened to you recently, or if you're, you know, I'm just sending you love and strength to ride out this wave, because we are all ascending right now. But again, this takes us releasing some old energy, and you guys should know you've done a really beautiful job. You're actually entering the next phase of that cycle. It's just that there's some people slightly, I don't want to say behind, but are taking longer to move through the energy that's been ignited by spirit in the collective, because they have less of a self-awareness of its purpose or what it's for. So there's more resistance to it. So I feel like you've actually made a bit more progress through sorting out this energy that could have been put in the collective months ago. I'm not sure like when this was, but it's all around this period of time, right? And as we move into the next coming months, you guys are going to see a big change, a big difference in yourself, because of the fact that you have moved through this process. So because you've released what you need to release, because you've reclaimed what you need to reclaim and empowered yourself, and you're getting epiphanies, some of you inspiration, lots of realizations, you're going to continue to move into the next beautiful part of this chapter. And that is going to be materialization, because if you release, you have to gain back, right? You have more space. You've cleared out space internally, and you're going to gain that energy back again, but in a transformed way, in a higher vibrational form, because of how you've alchemized it. So I really hope that this brought some type of clarity or confirmation for some of you. I know it's a bit similar to the last reading, but I just wanted to go into that specific part in a bit more detail. I'm going to pull one card really quick to end off this reading for you as confirmation. Destiny. You guys, this came out in the last reading. You're stepping into your destiny. Keep on doing what you're doing. You are literally working with destiny. This destiny is a consciousness energy. This is a consciousness or a form of energy, right? Because destiny, we all know what it is. you know, it's destiny. So if that was in a physical form, it's condensed down into this dragon. This dragon is working with you. You're working with your destiny. And look, you're balancing. You are balancing. You are alchemizing the yin and the yang. You are transmuting the dark to light. You are ebbing and flowing exactly how you should be. And yeah, you should really be aware that your spirit team are really, really just admiring you. There's so much admiration coming from them, and pride and excited energy as well. So I love you all so much. However you've been feeling, that is okay, and know that your spirit team are with you through all of that, through all the highs and lows, and they're constantly supporting you and want you to know that you are making a bigger difference than you even can imagine. Even just on your day-to-day, all the time, you are helping spirit in the non-seen, in the non-physical realms. So thank you for your work. I love you, and I'll speak to you soon. Mwah.